Dockers pushing on. Hill ran himself into trouble, but he was just able to get away with it. Only momentarily, side bottom to ground. Fremantle pitch it back. Hughes away to Blakely. And a push down the ground free kick could prove costly.
They've got numbers out forward of centre. Fremantle just drive the ball in, give your forwards a chance.
Still need some composure.
They've bombed away all afternoon, Fremantle, for not much reward on the high ball. Fife's just going to have to send it in. It's a tumbling, terrible kick, but it works out brilliantly.
Guess
and
who?
2 weeks in a row, could he be the man? Michael Walters to try and win the game.
Well, he hit the post last week. That's not going to pay the bills today. This is huge.
Michael Walters for the second week in a row with a kick right in the den to try and put his team in front. And he steps up again.
There's nothing I fear, and I know that my heart will go on. We'll stay forever this way.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? New week. Actually, yeah, new week, new episode, but different situation going on this week. You got the bye rounds, the first of the byes, and already, this is cancer. Like, I am not prepared for byes. This team is not even prepared for anything. I've currently got 16 on field. This is not good. Not good at all. Especially with the Whitfield injury. And whatever's happening with Hearn, not too sure. I can't remember just off the top of my head. I know there was an injury going on, but I can't remember what it was, to be honest. Right, and to go through the weekly scores, we've got last week, Jake Lloyd went off for 123, not bad, exactly what's predicted from him. Whitfield had the 65, but came out with the hamstring injury. What? Yeah, it was the hamstring. No, the collarbone. Yeah, broken collarbone. And from my research, that's usually a 6 to 8 week injury. Not this week. Probably can't trade him unless like I'm looking to bring him back in, say round like 18, something like that. That's if. Okay, because GWS has the worst injury or medical staff in the AFL. Like, there is zero doubt about it. After the game finished, everyone knew he has an injury. You wait till the next day, and the GWS official Twitter says, "Nah, he's fine. They just sat him out that game." The day after that, it comes out broken collarbone, out for 6 to 8 weeks. That's like the biggest facepalm there is. How does the official GWS medical staff not know the injury? So if I was to trade him, let's have a look. Luke Ryan, but he's got the bye this week. If I'm bringing someone in, it would probably be someone that has a bye in round. What is it? This is the last bye. What is it? Round 14. Yeah, it's 12. Round 14 bye. Which, to be quite honest, I can't remember who that is. Might just have to bring that up. I got that all saved somewhere. Hold on. Round 14's bye includes, of course, technical difficulties, and alright, Adelaide, Carlton, Richmond, GWS. Well, he's 100% out, so he won't play that. That's it. No one from Gold Coast is even close to useful. Adelaide. Rory Laird has not had the greatest year so far. He's probably had like 2 good weeks back to back, 96 and 111. But I'm not too sure if he holds that on. Versus GWS, could get a high score against GWS, to be quite honest. Richmond, Geelong, yeah, I'm not really feeling him. Bringing him in this point. Who else is there? What's the other dude? Brody Smith, which I think for his price, it's 436. He kind of missed the boat on him. Yeah, and he's going down. Another Adelaide player, so not the greatest schedule coming up. Carlton, they don't even have someone up here. GWS, well, there's only Whitfield and Williams that are even close to useful. Actually, Richmond has their bye. Have a look at... Where is he? I don't know what score he got last week. There he is. Batcher Hooley. This could be the big... What's his ownership at, I wonder? Does it say on this page? No. He's had since coming back in round... Oh, no, he came back around 6. 142. He's only missed the ton once. No, he came back around 5, so he's missed the ton twice. That's pretty good, and like these are some pretty big scores. 142, 142, 139. And this week with no Brandon Ellis or the other dude, I can't remember his name now. I don't go for Richmond, so I don't remember their entire team list. It's pretty fair, unless it comes up here. Is it Grimes? Nah, surely it's not Grimes. I think it's David Asprey. I think it's him. We'll just go with it's him. Let me just have a look on how this plays out. If I was to bring in Julio, I'd keep 367, which is going to be used somewhere in the midfield. Next week, I'd probably be bringing in Luke Ryan. So I'm just liking how his scoring is going. I know last week I said, what's his name? Suckling. But yeah, his scores are all but dead since his injury, so it's not him coming in. Tom Stewart, he's got the bye next week. Sort, no, filters, by defenders, and mids, whatever. Actually, we'll just have a look at them. Is there anyone even worth? Lloyd, no. Hearn got. Ryan, yeah, he's got the bye this week. Sicily, what's Sicily's recent scores looking like? Not great. He had that stretch, 119, 117, 127, and not too great since. Wonder what the Richmond game, what caused that? 75. Essendon, Sydney, West Coast. They're all teams that he should be able to score high against. Yeah, Collingwood even. Fremantle definitely. Defenders like to score against Fremantle. Crisp, 73. It's because he kicked to Nate Fife all weekend. Or Saturday, I mean. That game on Saturday was great. I was at the game. That was amazing. Michael Walters is an absolute legend. Finlayson. This is the guy from last year, isn't it? He was the rookie. 131. I wonder if he steps up now that Whitfield's out. I mean, I wouldn't... If you're bringing him in, it's just as a rental to replace Whitfield. But I don't know if it's worth doing that, to be honest. Dan Houston. Is this the Tom Jonas of last year? Pretty much. Like the it's high 90s scores and sometimes tons. Brody Smith, not. He's sure not. Crisp, nope. McGovern, what's he averaging? An 88 average. Alright, let's not look down that far. Yeah, not too many people coming off their bye next week. Savage, hell no. He ruined finals last year. I would have made the grand final and won it if I had not have Savage injured. Yeah, that's English. Bryce Jones, nope. Hardwick, nope. Alright, so it seems like it's either Luke Ryan or Sicily coming in next week if I want to bring the defender. Right, this is taking a bit longer than I thought. But this was only meant to be a short episode. Zach Merritt has possibly the worst upcoming games. That's a tag, that's a tag, that's a tag, that's a tag from Hewitt or whatever. North, say, Could North bring in someone that's a tagger? If they do, that's another tag. Adelaide tag. Can't remember. Gold Coast, they have that new dude tag, and what's his name? Bowles. Yeah, I think it's Bowles, and even Holman sometimes tags for him. That's a really bad. At least up to the Sydney game, he is completely untouchable. Like, you cannot bring in this guy. The North, after North, he has a couple games which are like iffy, up until about Dogs game. The Dogs don't really tag, and then if you're bringing him in at this point, I mean, you're bringing him for what, 2 games plus finals, which, if you have the trades, why not? Five already got him. Bont is an option next week. I do like having the McRae Bont connection. Walter's already got him. Henderson is a pretty big pod, only 2.5%, and he has always that potential of going off. Dunkley is a forward. Alright, so Dunkley is interesting because I was looking at replacing Warple with Dunkley. And because Warple's scores, they're just not what he expected. Like, it's still a 90 average. It's the same as what Heaney's averaging, so it's like, why get rid of him when he's averaging the same as Heaney? It's just, I trust Heaney a bit more, even though I don't trust his coach. I have zero trust for Longmire. There's some bad scores. That average has been carried by 2 games. Holy moly. Oh boy. I mean, if you're going for, could probably win finals by trading out Heaney or keeping Heaney. That's how big it is. So he can just go off. And Supercoach players know that. That's why a lot of people have howled on him. Yeah, Dunkley. Mundy is interesting. You got that 40, so there's 2 more price drops coming. That's really interesting. The Mundy. Heppel. Heppel has the ability to go quiet too fast, I believe. Yeah, so he can just get stuck in a patch of 70s. That's his problem. Or else he'd be really good for Supercoach. He gets the ball a fair bit and gets contested possessions. Harms, no. Lockie Hunter, hell no. Liberatore, past that. Goodbye. Shield's injured, but what's his scores looking like? Oh, okay, so they're kind of high, but I mean, that's an injured game, so I don't know how much you count that. I wish they'd say playtime on here. Like, how much did he play? That would be pretty cool. Minutes. Is this it? I'm not too sure. Wait. But could it be at what, a 20-minute quarter? Can he really play 110 minutes? I don't think that's possible. No, it's not. Yeah, this would be pretty cool if they could just add in minutes played. Shield. Yeah, Shield's an option for probably your final mid spot. My final mid is probably going to be one of these 2. I mean, that's sad to think of because they're both pretty shit. Saying that, he did get a 207. We'll talk about that in a minute. Actually, let's go back to the scores. You know what? Do I bring in Holy? That's such an interesting decision. And then bring in back Whitfield. It's kind of like the pulling the U-turn around. Let's see. Hooley comes in. How much would Hooley go up in 2 weeks? I mean, he did have a 139 last week. I wonder what his break even's at. Of course. Oh, you need Supercoach Premium to have a look at that. Hall's back at fair. That gives me 17. Is it worth for 1 more? No. If it's that important, we'll come back at the end. Midfield, 5, yeah, great, 145. Cali 92, it's not a ton, but it's alright. Cripps, the worst, I think that's his worst score of the year. 89, is it? No, 66. Oh, of course, it was. But that score doesn't count. De Boer destroys everyone. Okay, that guy just scored 207. And the best part about it, for no reason at all, after scoring what, back-to-back 70s? No, yeah, back-to-back 70s, a high 80, and having 3 bad games. Like, that game was lucky to ton. Person I had versed had him as vice captain. That's interesting. Very interesting, to be honest. And I don't know why. But yeah, great score. Hopefully it brings his price up a little bit. Just so if worst comes to worst and I have to trade him, like there's no other option, I'll get something for him. O'Meara 95, it's what's whatever with this dude now. McRae 84. That not great score. I don't know. I didn't watch too much of the game. I watched more of the fourth quarter. Which as a West Coast supporter, I probably should have watched the whole game, but I don't watch every game. Atkins 67. I never get to field the right person. Who? I think I had Dersmer in mids at the start of the week. Yeah, and Dersmer was on the bench and had 92. So I never get to field the correct person. It's never going to happen. 158 Gorn, the strongman. Grundy 124. Danger came back for 130. The Legend with the 127. Heaney 75. Warple 99. Baker 85. That was on my bench. And Bolter, yikes. Like, that's yikes. 47 against North. Yikes. And Geelong tonight. This has been recorded Friday. That's yikes. Jack Billings 56, but he had the flu. The AFL played in China, which I am very much against. I think that the China experiment has failed, and just stop playing games in China. They don't want any part of the AFL, so you're not getting any money from them. Let's see who we got this week. We got Tristan, who is 9th at a 5-4 record. Tom Stewart. Yikes. This isn't looking good. Oh boy. He's not playing. He's not playing. He is not. Yeah. And North is. Oh boy. So he hasn't lost much of his team at all. This always happens. I always go up against people that are prepared for buys, and I haven't. Even though last year I did. Last year my team was alright. It kind of fell apart towards the finals, not so much the buys. But this year, starting 0-2, still the win streak, by the way. I did win again last week. Which week? Yeah, round 11. As you can see, it was a huge blowout win. Wasn't even close. It definitely did not come down to me having to take a donut. And didn't come down to Bontempelli hitting the post instead of scoring a goal. But yes, super big blowout of a game. Wasn't even close. That's moved me into the top 4. I'm only off on percentage, but that was too many close games. And let's see, if I lose this game, where do I end up? 24 points. Should probably end up still in the 8 around this spot here, 6, 7, 8, which isn't the worst. Yeah, that's pretty much the situation. Since it's pretty much a loss already, it's RIP the streak. It's the end. Oh, actually, here we go. It actually says buy. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's his bench looking like? Alright, so unless he makes trades for this week, he should cop a couple. Wait, does he have 18? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, he's got enough. Crouch is back this week as well. Alright, so that's it. That's a loss this week, even if I bring in Hooley. It's 17 versus 18. Damn, it sucked because the streak was going alright. What was it, 7 games in a row? yeah, sometimes you have to lose to get better, and after this week, should be able to get a fair bit better after making a couple trades, bringing in some new people, having a look at Whitfield again. Skip through, or even have 3 trades this week. We've got 3 trades next week. It's the plan is, and like this is without the Whitfield, probably Clark out for Luke Ryan. See if this works. This good thing about buys, you can test stuff. Him out for what's his name? Low. The Essendon dude. Essendon. Huh. Where is he? I know he's a midfielder. Dylan Clark, that's his name. There he is. Bring him in. And with one more trade, I definitely could afford the Hawley, but do I want to bring in 2 defenders the same week? Could I also afford Dunkley? Yeah, good. That's pretty cool. Highest price. There's the thing. There it is. Nope, that wasn't it. There it is. There. Yeah. The second highest cost in forward. Either him or Boak comes in next week. Yeah, it's either. I'll probably go Boak, to be honest, because I don't see that price holding up. And the Bulldog situation with who goes forward this week and who doesn't, it's way too iffy. So say I bring in Boak, leaves me with 88, just under 100k, and the team looks a fair bit better. Then Kelly comes up. I mean, Baker goes out probably the week after. Yeah, because then Richmond has their bye, so you can go out the week after, end of next week. Take him out, bring Tim Kelly up. Yeah, wait, what am I thinking? Yeah, Tim Kelly comes up, Bolter comes back in, Billings comes back in. That's all that done and like completed. Don't have to look at it anymore. And then it's the midfield. If I could bring in Clayton Oliver somehow. What's Oliver's price? Luke Parker, I know he's super underrated pod, less than 2% ownership, and look at those scores. And probably by doing this, yeah, he's not a pod anymore. But 114, 145, 135, 135, and he has it's not the worst schedule coming up. That's probably a tag. Hutchins would probably tag that game. Hawthorn don't have the greatest tagger in the world, so that doesn't really matter. And with my luck, it'll end up on Heaney, just so like that I get a shitty score that week. Gold Coast, not really a tag. Essendon, no tag. Carlton, no tag. Freo, no tag. Geelong, that's around 19 you're looking at then. So, really good pod, but 6 or 8k is a bit expensive. See, Mitch Duncan, 6 or 7, too expensive. Yo isn't playing this week, so I don't know what's up, could be injured. Cunnington, another big pod, he's got 2.8% ownership, so it's under 3%. Oliver is at 559 right now. Pendlebury at 552. Yeah, there's a couple of options here, to be honest, for midfield. That's why I've left it to last, because you have to wait. Like, this is at least my theory. You have to wait on the midfield, because you can sometimes snatch a Trelaw. Like, 530, he's scored a 68. That's just going to keep going down. Yeah. So this always the last place I upgrade the midfield. But this year, forwards are probably predicted to be a little bit worse than it was. That's why I've kind of overwent on the forwards. To be honest, what I could do is, because I know this week's gone, I could prepare for next week. But yeah, that will be it for this week. It's RIP the streak, so drop an F in the comment section because to pay your respects for the streak. And I'll see you all next week. Oh, actually, before I go, from now on you can catch Big Tasty streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/Big Tasty Streaming. I stream a load of games, but currently I've been playing a lot of Fire Emblem and Overwatch. They're kind of just the games at the moment I've been into. So if you're interested, come down, come play, hop in the chat, subscribe, or whatever it is on Twitch. What is it? Follow. Same thing. Overwatch, yeah, 2K, all that stuff. I could even start doing these live, so there's a bit more interaction. But yeah, twitch.tv/Big Tasty Streaming. See you all there, and that's it for this week's video. Have a nice week. May your scores be good.